Hello folks, Mink here. Welcome to LA Noire. This will be my second attempt at recording this. The first one, the audio didn't go so well, so we'll see how this one goes. I think I have it figured out now though. Did a little bit more testing, so. Anyway, I thought this game was interesting. It'll be mostly blind, but not always. Like I said, this will be my second attempt at this, so obviously I did play a little. But before that, I think I made it up to like where the guy bought a pig or whatever. But anyway, anything after that I won't really know. But I did watch a Let's Play years ago, and that's where the kinda blind but not really comes in, because I do know the story, but I don't remember like details. Well, we'll see how that goes. And anyway, I thought this game was kind of interesting. It's, I'm surprised that there isn't more like it, like detective type of stuff. Anyway, let's just jump into this. Do I want to skip the tutorial cases? No. We'll do the patrol. It's the plan anyway.
A city on the verge of greatness. A new type of city, based not on the man, but on the automobile, the car, a symbol of freedom and vitality. Where every man can own his own home, and have room to breathe, and not be overlooked by his neighbors. A city where a man's home is his castle. A quarter acre of the dream made possible by victory. A city of opportunists. A city of dreams, where Hollywood will shape the thoughts and desires of the entire planet. A city of pioneers. A city of dreamers. A city of undercurrents, where not everything is as it seems. A 20th century city that will become a model for the world. A city that has no boundaries, that will stretch as far as the eye can see.
So yeah, as you can see, the game takes place in the 40s.
In the Marine Corps, you deal with the chain of command. Mistakes get made, but you deal with them. You know what you're fighting for and that you're on the same team. But dealing with corruption is like chasing shadows. You never know whether the guy you're talking to is on the pad, or whether it's your partner, or maybe even the watch commander. So who do you trust, Cole? I made up my mind a long time ago.
KGBL calling caller 14 Adam. 14 Adam, come in.
Go ahead, KGPL.
14 Adam, see the detective an ambulance shooting at 6th and Industrial Street. Unit 16 William requests uniform assistance for an evidence search. 14 Adam, code 2.
Roger, 14 Adam en route.
Here we go again. They don't request uniforms for an evidence search unless there's some kind of catch. Ever the optimist. From the beam of sunshine himself.
Yeah, the 40s, shortly after World War II.
Floyd Rose, homicide. You might back up?
Yes, sir. Phelps and Dunn, Wilshire Division.
We had a shooting took place down this alleyway. We have the Vic, Scooter Payton, a Negro male bagged up and on his way to Central Morgue. Witness says a tall white guy, our shooter, put 2 in the Vic's head and then threw his piece. I need you guys to try and recover the gat.
You want us to look anywhere in particular?
Give it your best shot, guys. The dead guy's a lowlife. I'm not expecting any miracles here.
And if we recover the weapon?
Bag it and return it to technical services.
You hurry it up, Floyd. We
I'm
got
outta
places
here.
to be.
Happy hunting.
This is a fist hump. Just going through the motions.
You're probably right. Let's just get it over and done.
All right, have it your way. We'll search right up to the back wall. If you still don't come up with anything, come find me and we'll talk it out. 2 heads are always better than 1.
So, yeah. And I don't plan on running. You know, kind of
Look at this junk.
role play. Here we go. First part of the backstory.
Not my job to pick through other people's trash.
Kind of like the subplot of the game. Well, main plot, but technically
Dr.
subplot.
Fontaine, could I have a word?
Of course, young man.
I really enjoyed your lecture, Doctor. Psychiatry seems to have a tremendous amount to offer.
Why, thank you. I'm always happy to receive acknowledgement for my work. The mind is the last great mystery in medicine. Are you thinking of specializing, Mr.
Sheldon, or Courtney Sheldon. I'm only in 2nd year, Doctor. They fast-tracked me a year because of my experience during the war.
Ah,
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Battle fatigue and collapse under duress. Can it be helped?
I would say yes, given the right set of circumstances. Trauma forces the mind to close down, retreat in on itself. We try to find ways to unlock the mind again through a combination of therapy and drug treatment. Hypnosis and therapy are powerful tools in the right hands, Sheriff.
I've been to visit some of the guys at the VA hospital. A good friend of mine, he's so far away. It's like he's wandering
You
around.
went through a lot together.
Yes, Doctor.
Give me his details and I'll make a prognosis. I have a number of clinics in Los Angeles, Courtney Sheldon. And your penance, or your friend's help, is to come and work at one of them in your spare time. With what little spare time a medical student has. Is that a deal?
Is it ever? I can't thank you enough.
I'm not promising a cure, Courtney. I want you to remember that. Every physician has patients that he cannot hope to cure, for whom he can only smooth the path to death.
What have you got, Phelps? Anything?
But anyway,
Cole, come take a look at this.
walking, you know, kind of role play the situation. Because there's no reason to run.
I tell you, I'm jinxed. I always get landed with this crap.
Shooter put him up against the wall and blew his brains out.
Hell of a way to go.
Doesn't really matter how you go once you're gone.
Don't get all deep on me, Phelps.
We notice Cole looking at something.
We're never gonna find it. It's a...
Ralph, there's something on the rooftop.
How the hell did you see that?
Reflection in the window. Looks like it might be our weapon. I'm gonna see if I can find a way up there.
All right, don't hurt yourself.
And Ralph had a very good question. How the hell did he see that?
The gun's up on the roof, right? So we need to find a way up. What kind of chumps do these homicide guys think we are?
Smith & Wesson, serial S71893.
How you doing, Cole? Found it yet?
2 rounds fired. And instead of dropping it down a drain, our shooter hoists it up here. Interesting guy.
We should follow up on this now, before the perp tries to leave town.
We have the gun, Cole. Let's take it back to Central. We could get a commendation.
Could show some initiative, Ralph, and see if we can come up with an owner.
That's a long shot, Cole.
It's a pretty fancy gun. You know a local gun store?
Sure. There's a place a couple of blocks from here. Are you sure about this? It's not really our gig.
No harm in doing some digging. The suits didn't seem to give much of a damn.
Such a little Boy Scout, Cole. You can't wait to get out of that uniform, can you?
You'd rather round up drunks and help old ladies across the road?
I'd rather get through the day without the captain's foot up my ass.
It'll be fine, Ralph. You worry too much.
As we can see, we're kind of a slow walker, at least compared to our partner. You know, most people would run to the car, but I don't know. Only problem with that is it takes longer. I'm not much of a talker, so yeah. All right, I thought they had banter. You know, even the first time recording this, I thought there was banter. I guess not. So, yeah. Here we are. And again, I'm not much of a talker, so trying to fill time while driving, probably not a good idea for me. And I thought our partner said this was a couple blocks from here. His idea of a couple blocks really needs work, because this is not a couple blocks. This is all the way across town. But anyway, yeah, we're in the 40s, shortly after World War II. And I don't know, the aesthetic is actually kind of pleasing. I missed my turn. Got busy talking. I don't know why, there's something about it. It kind of reminds me of like Batman the Animated Series, you know, that old-timey look that it had going. Yet it still happened to be modern. I don't know, it just works.
Officers Phelps and Dunn. Can you tell us anything about this gun?
Smith & Wesson, Model 27, registered Magnum. Chambered for .357, nickel-plated with pearl grips. Same gun used by General Patton.
You're not suggesting he's the owner?
No, I'm not.
You seem to know a lot about the weapon.
I ought to. I sold it. You know, this piece will stop a rhino. These babies are only available special order. Here's my Smith & Wesson order book.
You mind if I take a look?
Be my guest. This is about something bad, right?
Model 27 with pearl grips, Cole. You see it on there?
27 pearl grips. 27 walnut grips. 27 pearl grips.
We're in luck. Errol Schroeder, 203 South Glass Street. Ordered the gun in February 46. Thanks, you've been a big help.
Anytime. Always happy to help out the LAPD.
Right.
Do we call it in?
Let's see if he's at home. Owning the gun doesn't prove he pulled the trigger.
Okay. In for a penny, in for a pound. Lead the way, Gunga Din.
Gunga Din. But, anyway, I think this is going to be the only time I actually do the driving. I think, for the rest of the time, when I can, I'm going to have my partner do the driving. Not that the driving's bad, but, like I said,
Damn it, Cole!
I'm not really much of a time filler. Don't really have things to talk about, so...
Now that wasn't so hard, was it? Just because we're in uniform doesn't mean we can't use our initiative.
I guess so. Seems a little too good to be true. One-of-a-kind murder weapon bought locally using a real name? If Schroeder's our shooter, he's no criminal mastermind.
Most of them aren't. That's why they get caught. And 2 out of every 3 crimes are done on impulse.
Another fact from the Phelps Encyclopedia of Thin Air. You really are full of it.
Well, our partner has faith. I don't even remember his name. What's his name? Ralph? Yeah.
Schroeder, apartment 2.
I don't know, I don't walk upstairs like that. It's a little weird.
What do you guys want?
I'm Officer Cole Phelps. This is Officer Dunn, Wilshire Division. You're the owner of a Smith & Wesson Model 27, nickel-plated with pearl grips?
I might be. What of it?
Then you'll be surprised to know that Scooter Payton was murdered tonight with your gun.
You're out of your mind. Scooter? He works for me. I have that gun here in my drawer. What the fuck is going on here?
You're under arrest, Schroeder. Cuff him, Ralph.
No way. You're not taking me down for this. You ready, tough guy? Huh?
That was...
Hey, you missed a table this time.
Ralph, you all right?
I'm fine. I hardly felt it. He's lucky he caught me off guard.
The last time I knocked him
Keep
into
an eye
the
on him,
table.
Ralph. I'm gonna take a look around.
You don't need to point a gun at him, man. Holy crap. This guy was a boxer. Finding that a little hard to believe right now. No.
Don't think this is anything.
into comic books. Oh, interesting. I think the flashing light would be a little bit annoying, especially since it's red. But anyway, we don't need the apple on the ground either. List of names with numbers, interesting.
List of names and a series of numbers.
Floyd Rose's name is in this book.
Phelps, we can come out of this all bright and shiny with a commendation. Or stick our schlongs in a hornet's nest. Call it in, partner. And leave the book where you found it.
I agree.
Officer Phelps, badge 1247.
We are just patrolmen. Ah, here we go with the Full Metal Jacket knockoff guy. If you've never seen this before, you'll understand in a couple minutes. The one guy's whole shtick is to just yell, scream, and swear.
You dumb fucking sons of bitches, get in this line now before I lose my temper.
Excuse me, Sergeant, but...
Excuse me? Fuck you. You say another word and I'll break your fucking head and have you in the brig.
Some of us are here for...
I know why you're here, asswipe. I'm having a bad day, Private. Some people don't seem to want to get on this bus.
Didn't ask for your help.
He didn't ask for your help. Can you believe this guy? Who are you two? Abbott and Costello?
We're here for OCS, Sergeant.
So it's the three fucking stooges and you're here for OCS. God help this fucking country and the USMC. The Japanese will do the world a favor and kill you quickly. All three of you are on report. What are your fucking names?
Phelps. Kelso.
Merrill. Any other gentlemen for OCS? OCS is at Elliott. You take the Camp Elliott bus over there. This bus is for MCRD. This bus is for men who want to fight.
Ah, yes.
Well, you picked the right place, Cole. A city that needed an honest cop like a thirsty man needed water. You'd heard the stories, but you weren't interested. You were here to fight the good fight, solve cases, right wrongs. But the force is like politics. There's no sitting on the fence. You have to choose sides. A brown paper envelope or a Greyhound ticket to Palookaville. It could only ever end one way.
All units to 211 in progress and shots fired at Westlake Savings and Loan, 1415 West 3rd Street. Unit to handle identified, code 3.
We'll take that. It's only a couple blocks from here.
14 Adam calling KGPL. We'll handle the 211.
Roger that, 14 Adam. Be advised, suspects are armed and dangerous.
Roger KGPL. 14 Adam en route.
Ah, sirens. Again, I know a lot of people turn that off when they play, but for me, it's role-playing. I'm a cop. Am I expecting to not hear a siren? I mean, really.
Make it quick, you guys. The cops are here. We gotta move it.
Ooh. Painful.
Use the cover, Phelps. We don't know how many are in there. Take it slow. Backup will be here soon.
LAPD, put down your weapons. The bank is surrounded. I'm offering you a chance to...
chance, copper.
Shit, really hurts.
That's it? We got them all? I think we got him, Cole. Should be all clear.
That wasn't so bad.
Lieutenant Hopkins says anytime you reach for the shotguns, you're either going to end up dead or wearing a citation. So I guess...
It's okay, Ralph. You did well in there. Glad you had my back. Man couldn't ask for a better partner.
Well, I don't know about that. But the last time I did that, I got my hat blown off.
This kind of opportunity comes along once in a lifetime, Hank. I have to grasp it.
You have to survive it first, Cole. You're the veterans. The Japs love to shoot officers.
If I can make a name for myself in this war, my future.
Thinking of taking on a company of the Emperor's finest single-handed? You don't seem the Sergeant York type to me.
When I need your opinion, Kelso, I'll ask for it.
They talk about officers like you in boot camp, Cole. They call it the Custer syndrome. Guys who go around dreaming of fame and glory and getting all of their men killed in the process.
Our duty is to lead, Kelso.
And their duty is to die for your wonderful future?
You know, I actually agree with Kelso.
Cole Phelps and Jack Kelso. With some people, it's as simple as chemistry. Two guys who should have been friends, but their personalities got in the way. Phelps, a good guy, but wound way too tight. And Kelso, a quiet man who could never walk away from a fight.
Well, it's a shame you don't like to talk about it, Cole.
Ralph, friends who want to stay friends don't discuss religion or politics. And in my case, you can add the war to that.
I know that bum. Wendell Bowers. I put him away before. He jumped parole. Get after him, Phelps. I'll head him off in the car.
Wendell Bowers! Stop! LAPD! You can go screw yourselves.
The good old running.
You watch it!
You know, for an out-of-shape guy, he actually runs pretty quick. I mean, Phelps was in the Marines
Bowers! Hold it right there!
not too long ago.
Stop now or I will shoot!
I won't tell you again, Wendell.
Jesus, Dunn!
And at least climbing these fire escapes is just
Don't want to do this,
hold
Wendell.
W to go up. Otherwise, that would be a little
Get down
annoying.
from there right now! Give it up, Wendell!
Stay the hell away from me!
That's actually a hint.
You gotta be kidding!
You fucking asked for it.
Hey, I just view it as that's more we can charge him with.
I've done my time.
It's over, Bowers!
You assholes already screwed me once.
And yeah, I know
Give it
what
up,
happens
Bowers!
here.
There's nowhere left to go!
But the last time I played, this happened.
Looks like we've got the place to ourselves. Come on then, pretty
Yeah.
You doing, Wendell? Your parole officer's feeling lonely. He's got a hole in his life for an asshole like you. You can make it up to him in 10 years' time. Watch your head. This hump will be back in the Iron Hotel by tomorrow night. Nice work, Cole. You run track in high school?
Something like that. Oh man, they really front load.
Tradition of the Marine Corps and being an officer in the Marine Corps is the ability to make tough decisions. The right decision is not always the popular one. The right decision will get the men you care about killed. These ratings and your ability to give them frankly and truthfully directly affect your chances of successfully becoming a Marine officer. Candidate Phelps, you have the floor. Esprit de Corps, Merrill, 10. Franklin, 8. Weiss, 8. Donahoe, 6. Kowalski, 6. Hudson, 5. Kelso, 2. Leadership, Donahoe, 8. Franklin, 7. Merrill, 6. Kowalski, 6. Weiss, 5. Hudson, 5. Kelso, 1. Canada, Kelso.
I'm sorry, Captain, but I joined the Marine Corps to fight the enemy, not get involved in this schoolboy chicken shit.
Kelso, in my office, now!
I actually agree with Kelso again. Phelps seemed a little pleased about that schoolboy. It's actually a good way to put it.
For every cop, there's the case that makes you. Gives you that leg up. Gets you recognized as the shining new star in the squad. The case that you solve that shows that you have the gumption, the gung-ho, the get up and go to make you stand out from your average rank-and-file patrolman. This could be the one, Cole.
LAPD, could you stand clear of the body, please? Has anyone called an ambulance?
We've called an ambulance and the police, but I'm afraid he's dead.
Okay, stand further back and move along. It's your choice, but make it quick, people.
Hey, Cole. You got here quick.
My beat crosses 7th Street.
Okay. You're first reporting then. We'll get a perimeter going and move the crowd on. You better see what you can find out before the homicide dicks show up. I'll be with you in a moment.
I got friends who work at the Examiner.
Everybody stay back. Let us do our job.
Examine the body first, why not?
Broad daylight. Crowded street. Now I've seen everything.
C. Goletta. Pearl earrings, $52.50.
C. Goletta. Layaway receipt. Pearl earrings. Made out to Bank of Arcadia.
Something glinted over there. And yeah, I purposely waited for that.
All right. Yes, it's a dead person.
Shell casings. These look like 32s.
There are 5. And only because I know this already.
FN Browning. Serial number 01138. Might need to run it by a gun store.
Eagleson's gun store's a couple blocks from here.
Oh boy, here we go. A couple blocks.
Excuse me, officer. I want to see.
This guy in the crowd thinks he saw something, Cole. You better take a statement.
Sir, I'm Officer Phelps. What exactly did you see?
I heard the shots. I thought it was a car backfiring. I saw a girl run at the shoe store.
Officer, please tell me what's going on.
Speak to the witness before homicide arrives, Phelps. If you think she's lying, don't be afraid to get forceful. Verbally, of course. And don't accuse her of anything without proof. Lawyers love that shit. And if you're sure she's straight up, try the general approach. See what you can coax out of her.
And that's all we get about the interview system in this game.
Don't you people have anything better to do?
Which is both accurate and inaccurate.
I'm Officer Phelps, miss. I'm here about the shooting. Did you know the victim?
He was my boss. Mr. Gage.
Mr. Gage's first name.
Everett.
And you are?
Galleta. Clovis Galleta.
Ah, C. Galleta. But anyway, with this first interview, we get the answers to them up at the, where those text is popping up right now.
You think you could tell me exactly what happened, miss?
I look around the shops at lunch. I was in a store when Mr. Gage, my boss, bursts in yelling that I'm late on my lunch.
And?
We came back. I was angry. I walked in front. I heard shots. I turned and saw Mr. Gage fall.
And we're supposed to look at her face. And the game is saying she's lying. So, we will lie. You can also look at the notebook to look at the evidence before you accuse somebody of lying. You know, just to make sure you have it. So,
you're lying, Miss Coletta. You know what happened and why. You're going to tell me.
There's nothing to tell. I've done nothing wrong. How can you prove different?
Well, we have the voucher for your earrings. The game even says select a layaway voucher.
Your pearl earrings, Miss Coletta. You've been paying for them for a whole year. Stop lying. And tell me what happened at the jewelry store.
Oh, God! I won't lose the earrings, will I?
You could lose your freedom, you little fool, if you don't stop obstructing a murder investigation.
Mr. Kalu. Edgar Kalu. He runs the jewelry store. He's showing me a lovely watch. Mr. Gage bursts in. Mr. Kalu gets very angry with Mr. Gage, and they start yelling at each other. Mr. Gage tells me that all of the things in the store are junk, nickel-plated, made in Japan, and yells at me to get back to work.
Then what happened?
We get back here, and I hear a loud bang. Mr. Gage clutches at his back. I hear another bang, and another, and another. Mr. Gage falls to his knees. It looked very painful.
Which jewelry store?
Hartfield's. Broadway, between 5th and 6th.
Did you see the person who shot Mr. Gage?
Of course I did. Mr. Kalu looked very angry. He kept firing the gun. He kept pulling the trigger. He threw the gun in a bin and turned and walked away.
So if we didn't find the gun in the trash can, this was our clue that it's in the trash can. But the game says that we are doubting her story. And I guess I should note that these, truth, doubt, and lie is fine sometimes. But in a lot of other times it's more, I don't know how to put it, like gentle, hard, and not necessarily lie, but I don't know, I guess like accuse. But anyway, the game says we're supposed to doubt her, and she is holding herself as such, so we will do that.
You're making me angry, Miss Coletta. Is that what you want? Tell me why Mr. Kalu shot Mr. Gage.
Mr. Gage hates Jews. A lot of people do. It's not my fault if he has nice things.
Ah, the 40s.
How many shots did you hear, Miss Coletta?
It's difficult to remember. It sounded like there were so many, and they were so loud.
I need you to concentrate, Miss Coletta. Even minor details can become important later on.
Well, there was one bang, and then another, and then 3 very quickly, close together. 5,
Thank you for your help, ma'am. Been very brave. We'll need you to make a formal statement about what happened to Mr. Cage.
Does that mean I can still collect my... Never mind. Yes, officer, I'll make a statement.
More worried about her earrings than human life, of course.
We have the murder weapon.
And the murderer. The girl saw it all. Our killer works at a jewelry store called Hartfield's.
That's a couple of blocks from here.
Thinking what I'm thinking?
Hey, maintain the perimeter.
You all
Now,
seem to be standing around.
we could go to the jewelry store.
You're behind the wheel.
I'm gonna go to the gun store. Just because. Hey, more evidence, right?
Officers, what can I do you for?
Officers Phelps and Dunn, sir. Wilshire Division. We need you to trace a serial number.
Sure. What's the make and model?
FN Browning, model 1922. The serial number is 01138.
You don't say. Well, I didn't sell it. Europeans love them, but it's pretty rare you find one over here. Although I did have one in here a couple of weeks back.
Remember the owner?
Yeah. Caillou. Edgar Caillou was his name. Thing looked like it'd never been fired, but he brought it in here for cleaning anyway. Then he bought a box of cartridges and he left.
You know where we can find Mr. Kalu?
Told me he was on his lunch break. Said he worked at Hartfield jewelry store just up on Broadway.
Thanks for your help. You can drive.
Alright, let's go confront this Mr. Kalu.
Officer, can I interest you in a new watch?
Officer Cole Phelps, are you Edgar Kalu?
No. Mr. Kalu is out back. He said he'd lie down. I'll buzz him for you.
Really?
Son of a bitch! Go, Cole, go!
Hurry, officer! He's getting away!
Kalu, get back here! Lock him up and throw away the key.
Food wasn't great. You're real nice.
Really?
Next time, you're mine.
Too late, Kalu!
I don't mind that you're talking, so long as you don't mind that I'm not listening. Well, I'll never.
Stop, or I will shoot!
Mercy!
Edgar Kalu, you're under arrest for the murder of Everett Gage.
Whoa, he seems pleased. Holy
The case
crap.
that makes you and the case that breaks you. The one you never solve. The one that keeps you awake at night. The case that gnaws at your guts and ruins your marriage. The case that keeps you propping up a bar as you relive the what-ifs, the might-have-beens, the half-leads, and the half-truths. The case that other cops murmur about whenever you walk past. The case you never, ever discuss.
God's mill may grind slowly, but it grinds finely, son. I hear it's you who nabbed our malefactor from the shooting yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Then tell me, boyo, I hear you're quite the climber, a man of initiative. How would you like a chance at smiting this man with the sword of justice?
You're asking me to conduct the interview, sir?
I am, young Phelps. You've only been with us a short time, and you've assembled yourself a stellar arrest record. Not to mention the fine work you did in the war, sending heathens back to the hell they came from. But I'm curious as to whether you can turn your hand to interrogation. Takes a certain animal cunning, lad. Do you think you might be ready for that?
Yes, sir. I think I am.
Good man. You need many things for a conviction, young Phelps. A motive, opportunity, hard evidence, and best of all, a confession. If you fail in the former, you can always use a modicum of violence to obtain the latter. How are you feeling, lad?
Fine, sir.
Very good. The evidence is overwhelming. May the cat eat him and the cat be eaten by the devil. Bring me a confession, young Phelps. This is your chance. Don't fail me.
If I remember, I actually did the first time I played this.
Has my lawyer arrived yet? I want to see my lawyer.
A lawyer can't help you, Mr. Kalu. You shot a man dead in cold blood. You're going to have to pay for that.
I remember I failed. Let's look at our evidence. Shooting voucher. Whoops.
You followed Everett Gage and the girl back to the shoe store. You put 5 rounds in Gage's back.
Gage was a bastard. Whatever he got what was coming. But it had nothing to do with me.
Really?
You shot Gage, and we know why. We can put you at the scene.
You can't prove anything.
You're actually identified as being there.
We know all about the argument. Miss Galetta made a statement.
You're counting on the girl? You think her testimony's gonna stand up in court?
You're going to the gas chamber, Edgar.
That Jew-hating fuck couldn't leave me alone. I had a sale. That girl was ready to buy.
Let's change the subject. You fasting for Yom Kippur, Mr. Cullen?
Yeah, let's change the subject, you going motherfucker. How about baseball?
You're not denying you're a Jew, Mr. Kalu.
This is America. It's not Germany. It's not a crime.
Some people don't like Jews, Mr. Kalu.
Yeah, and I guess you're one of them.
Gage hated Jews, didn't he, Mr. Kalu?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Really? Even though you just said he was a Jew-hating. Really?
You left-wing leaning parasite. You expect me to sit here and listen to your drivel?
You call me that? You sit there and you call me those names, you goddamn goy butt snatcher? You and that stup Gage!
Why did you do it, Mr. Kalu?
Gage. He's in the Chamber of Commerce. He's in with all those momsers. He blocked every proposal I ever put forward. Kike this and kike that. He's been trying to ruin my business for years.
Edgar Kalu, I'm charging you with the first-degree murder of Everett Gage. I respect your beliefs and your right to hold them. I hope for your sake the jury can commute to murder in the second degree. May God have mercy on you, sir.
Masterfully done, Officer Phelps. It is just Officer Phelps, isn't it, lad?
Yes, sir.
Then let me have a word with the Chief of Police, young Phelps. The department needs heroes. A shining, honest face the public can admire. I applaud a man with your talent for unwavering justice. Back to your duties for now, Boyle. But here's a piece of advice. Get yourself 2 suits, get them pressed. You'll be needing them.
And with that, patrol is complete. And I think that's where we'll cut it for now. And we will continue next time. So, yeah. I hope you're enjoying the run so far. I am kind of enjoying this. Like I said, this was my second time recording this. I couldn't use the audio the first time. And I had to play this again. So, here we are. I think I have it figured out, though. I hope. But, yeah. This is Mink. Goodbye.